Now I'm having to drug my horse to hand walk him after he's been locked in a stall for 30 days. And to a lot of people, maybe this sounds like I'm being too sensitive or too soft, because this is the straight protocol, right? I'm sure many people who are listening have had to do the same thing with their horse, and maybe even more than one time. This is very normal in our industry. It didn't feel normal to me, and I still to this day stand by that. I don't agree with that being the rehab protocol. I just don't. So without taking all day to sort of keep explaining the story, more or less, the rehab didn't sit right with me, and the desmitis ended up popping back up over time a few times, even though the workload was still small. So it raised some questions in my eyes about, okay, where is this stemming from? Like physically, what's going on with the horse? And that sort of launched me into the hoof care, right? So I started exploring some barefoot options. How do the horseshoes affect the horse's proprioception or the balance or what's going on here? I started getting in, just self-teaching myself about the feet. I saw, okay, he's got some contraction in the feet. I started taking pictures of his feet, just over time watching the shoeing cycles, seeing what was going on. I'm like, okay, well, maybe there's some balance issues. He doesn't have a well-developed heel or digital cushion that can affect the way the tendons and ligaments function in the feet. So that he was the one who started it all, long story short. And then, like I said, rehabbing this, the rehab never sat right with me. And later on, I ended up discovering that he had kissing spine and perhaps an old fracture through the withers. And that was something I had to fight tooth and nail for as well. And, because it was, hey, he's not really a candidate for surgery in terms of kissing spine because it wasn't severe. But I'm like, okay, well, so what do you want me to do? You just want me to get on him and ride him again? You want me to just inject and ride and that's it? And I thought this doesn't make any sense,